Hello internet and welcome back to Top 10 Nerd. Today we're powering up and heading back into the multiverse as we take a look at the top 10 dumbest Goku moments. Roll the clips.
Goku? What are we...
Before we jump on in, if you could be so kind as to hit that subscribe bell floating in the corner so you can stay up to date with our latest and greatest uploads. You wouldn't be far wrong if you thought the Dragon Ball Saga was nothing more than the Goku show, everyone's favourite Super Saiyan and one of the most recognisable and iconic characters in the Dragon Ball universe. He's an obvious favourite of series creator Akira Toriyama, and in a nutshell, Goku always comes out on top. However, that doesn't mean that his decisions always make sense. In fact, in most cases, it's quite the opposite. Kicking us off at number 10, letting Raddatz go. Throughout the series, Goku's faced off against some pretty serious adversaries. Vegeta, Frieza, Cell, and despite this, he still has a pretty terrible habit of giving a second chance to those that in no way deserve one. Take the first major villain of Dragon Ball Z as an example, his own evil, demented older brother, Raddatz, who throughout the Raddatz Saga sought Goku to join him so they could blow up some planets together. You know, just some brotherly bonding. While at the climax of this epic struggle, Goku had his evil brother right where he wanted him, grabbing hold of his tail as Piccolo charged up his special beam cannon to finish him off. But yeah, Goku fell victim to his soft side and let Raddatz go, leaving the only possible solution for Piccolo to blow the both of them up, ultimately killing Raddatz, but also Goku. Yeah, he pretty much killed himself. Next up at number 9, almost killing his own son. Talking of killing himself, Goku has a repeated habit of putting those that he loves in danger too. Despite his many shortcomings, Goku is unrivaled in one area where he excels like no other. It's in his training. Whatever obstacle lies ahead, nothing is out of reach of Goku with just a level-headed plan and a high work ethic. He can overcome any odds. You think that'd make him a pretty good partner to train with, right? Wrong. In preparation for the Cell games, Goku was in a bit of a pickle and needed a way to get ahead before the big battle to save Earth. He was running out of options when he came up with the bright idea of firing a super powerful Kamehameha right in the direction of his own flesh and blood, his son Gohan. I mean, sure, it ended up working and Gohan reached Super Saiyan for the first time, but like, what if it didn't? Imagine trying to explain that to Chi-Chi. And at number 8, I can teleport? Alongside his myriad of incredibly powerful skills and abilities that he's obtained over the years, most of them pale in comparison by pure overpowered use alone to the instant transmission. Remixed to ignition, the instant transmission allows Goku to instantly teleport to any possible location in the universe that he currently resides in, as long as he has an energy source to lock onto. Despite this though, Goku rarely uses instant transmission nearly as well as he could or should. After the destruction of planet Namek, Goku and Frieza are on their way back to Earth, hurtling through the universe in space pods, and instead of simply, teleporting himself back to Earth in an instant, he purposefully lets Frieza arrive first because he sensed that there was the powerful presence of a good person already there, aka Trunks. What? Goku just straight up left Earth's safety in the hands of a complete stranger at that point. On top of that, during the Cell Saga, instead of Goku instantly teleporting a time bomb Cell away from Earth, he decided to take a prolonged soliloquy to explain his plan in detail, leaving it to the very last second before teleporting Cell away and blowing up King Kai's planet. Instead of blowing hot air, he could have teleported everyone else back to safety and saved the day. But no. Up next at number 7, not taking his medicine. If there's one good thing about having Trunks, the time-traveling, sword-wielding badass who seems to be the only competent character in the saga, is that he can pop up at an opportune moment and warn you about whatever's looming its head in the future. For Goku, it was a heart virus that was destined to kill him. Luckily for him though, Trunks had the vaccine and happily gave it to him to save his life. But Goku just completely forgot to take the medicine that would save his life from an inevitable heart virus. So of course it comes to pass in the Android Saga that, wouldn't you know it, Goku gets afflicted by the deadly space virus heart malady that Trunks warned him about. Goku nearly dies before Gohan conveniently reminds him about the vaccine. Will he ever learn? Coming in at number 6, giving Cell a Senzu beam. We know that Goku has a track record of being merciful to the big bad guys, but but in this instance, he takes it to a whole new level. During the Cell games, Goku trains with Gohan extensively, and he soon realized that the only potential of defeating Cell was through Gohan. As he spars Cell, he soon realizes that Gohan is the only option, and decides to tag out so his son can finish the job. Not before giving Cell a Senzu bean though. For what reason? I don't even think Goku knew. Senzu beans are capable of restoring a huge amount of stamina and energy to whoever consumes them, often used by the Z fighters as a little pick-me-up during battle. He knew Gohan would ultimately win, but like the whole fate of the entire planet was on the line, and his son got pummeled repeatedly in the face and caught a heck of a beating before he finally got angry enough to do something about it. Way to go, Dad. And slap bang in the middle, number 5, who cares about androids? Out of all the catastrophic events that occurred through the series, the events of the Cell Saga were probably the most avoidable of them all for the Z Fighters. Why? Well, Trunks kind of already came back in time to warn them about the big bad Dr. Gero and his androids, long before they even had time to worry about the impending disaster. I mean, that's a hell of a heads up, so why didn't Goku and the gang just track down this mad Dr. Gero and stop him in the process? Well, of course, that's what a sane, rational person would do, but not Goku. Hell, he'll just put the lives of everyone he loves at risk just so that he can train and fight the big, bad, impending battle. Well, we know how that ended up, don't we? Up next at number 4, pure complacency. Goku is pretty baffling when it comes to the choices that he makes, but by far the most perplexing are his actions when facing off against Majin Vegeta under the servitude of Babidi. It's pretty tense, with Goku racing against the clock to prevent the evil Majin Buu from being reborn. Well, we find out later that Goku was just taking it easy during his battle with Majin Vegeta, holding back and dragging it out unnecessarily. Why? Just so Vegeta would sacrifice his own life in an unsuccessful attempt to destroy Majin Buu. Makes sense. Well, later on we also see Goku facing Buu himself, where the insanely epic Super Saiyan 3 occurs, but the hype just kind of dies off and Goku just fights with Majin Buu for a bit before peacing out and saying there's a stronger warrior on the way, a fusion between Goten and Trunks, which wasn't even ready at that point. Making sense? Yeah, I thought not. And at number 3, abandoning his family. You'll sense a pattern here, and Goku isn't exactly everyone's favourite family man. Why? Well, at the very end of the DBZ series, 10 years after the defeat of Kid Buu, the world knows some relative peace, and Goku eventually ends up in a chance meeting with a young boy named Oob. Well, it turns out that he's the charming, good-natured reincarnation of the very same pink-skinned villain, Majin Buu. What does Goku do? Well, he realizes this fact and immediately offers to train the kid, flying off to some unknown location and leaving his entire family and group of friends behind without even a postcard. Knowing Goku, he likely spent years training with Oob just so he could be strong enough for an entertaining match. Goku needs to chill out. He popped out for a pack of cigarettes and literally was never seen again. Swinging in at number 2, giving Frieza way too many chances. Despite being great at not saying goodbye, Goku is also great at giving his arch enemies second chances. So good in fact that it's 3rd, 4th and 5th chances at this point. And there's no one deserving enough of Goku's good graces than the greatest planet-destroying, race-eradicating villain in the entire series, Frieza. And apparently that fact can kind of go unnoticed by Goku. Take their battle on Namek, where Goku finally beats Frieza into submission. Oh, bear in mind he's also killed Goku's best friend and thousands of innocent people at this point. But yeah, Goku decides he'll give him a second chance to escape. Even after Frieza accidentally chops himself in half, Goku still doesn't get the universe's memo and gives the villain some of his energy, pats him on the head and lets him be on his way. What the hell, Goku? And finally at number 1, being an absolutely terrible husband and father. I mean, this kind of already goes without saying at this point. Yeah, while Chi-Chi may have been too soft on Gohan over the years, Goku wasn't even on the same planet when it came to co-parenting. Literally. Goku's track record as a father could take up a whole CPS report of childhood neglect, and while yeah, the show isn't called Dragon Ball Fatherhood, he could have at least tried. When Goku learns instant transmission on a distant alien world where he can teleport to any place in the universe, instead of rushing home to give his family a little "what's up, missed you guys," no, instead he takes a slow as hell spaceship back home. Also, he just chooses to stay dead after the Cell games with ample options to return to the land of the living, and thus completely misses the first 7 years of his own son Goten's life. Goku is pretty much a terrible father, and on that note, unintentional father of the year goes to Piccolo. At least he was around to teach Gohan some basic emotional and social skills. Well, what do you guys think? Let us know in the comment box down below. If you've enjoyed this video, go ahead and give it a little thumbs up, and if you'd like to continue on your Dragon Dragon Ball binge, feel free to hit that playlist floating shortly above. You've been watching Top 10 Nerd. As always, I've been your host Jack Finch, and until next time, you take it easy.